G'day everyone, welcome back to Not the Fish Room. So today's video is going to be a quick one. It's all part of the DIY series that I've got going on the channel. If you haven't checked out that playlist, yeah, go and have a look because I think there's some good stuff in there. So it's a really hot one out here today. It's 31 at least. And today is all about outdoor stuff. We're going to pretty much hang out here all day today. So today's video is all about these things right here, which is green water, buckets of green water, and how to actually make it, why you would actually want to make it, and then I'm going to go through a step-by-step process for you guys, showing you over the last month, and I've been, I guess, planning this experiment for that amount of time, just how to go about it and why you would want to use it in your fish room and how it makes, I think, a huge difference. In fact, it would be a game changer. So anyway, go and get comfy because I'm not really going to talk about fish, or maybe a little bit, mostly green water, and yeah, maybe something else if it comes along. You know how that goes. All right, let's go and get into it. So what exactly is green water? Well, green water is a heap of single-celled organisms called phytoplankton, and there's a heap of different varieties of shapes and single-celled organisms that have come together collectively in what's known as an algae bloom. And these single-celled organisms come in many different forms, and they essentially grow and breed in certain conditions where there is high nitrites, high nitrates, lots of phosphate, i.e. fish waste, and anything else that they can feed upon. Now, while some people would think this looks unsightly, the reality is this is free food. Every single speck of green is a living organism that will certainly feed your babies and any of your algae eaters, including shrimp. Okay, so I don't think there's a much easier way to produce your own fry food, and this stuff is amazing for particularly small fry, plecos, rainbows, any type of pseudomugals, all those sorts of tiny nano fish, and including corydoras and so forth. So what I'm going to do is just show you, it's so simple. This is a dirty sponge from outside in one of my ponds. So this is a 15-litre bucket of just fresh water, and I've actually aged this water for probably about 48 hours just sitting in the bucket in the sun. And this sponge filter, as I say, is off one of my ponds, and it's pretty filthy actually, the swordtails. So this is all you need to do, just your normal process of cleaning a sponge filter, get it to the point that you normally would as far as satisfaction about how clean that guy is. And that can probably do with a bit more, but I don't need to make it spotless, because I guess you get the idea. Now, one thing I will say is, you see there's duckweed on there. You definitely have to scrape that out, and I will get a net and get rid of all the duckweed, because it will go nuts in there with all the nutrients. And what's going to happen now is leave it in a completely sunny position. This gets pretty much all day sun, and don't worry about covering the top or anything else like that. And within about 7-10 days, depending on the heat, you should start seeing it turn green. And you'll see a few snails in here. I don't really do anything with them. Sometimes I save them, sometimes I don't. Some mosquito larvae, which is another really good byproduct of free food that comes with this sort of stuff. So if you're scooping that out every night of mosquito larvae, one, you're depleting the local population of mosquitoes, which around here there's a few. And the babies, you're breaking the life cycle. So I won't feed them. They may or may not live. If they die, even better, because it just sort of ferments. And I guess it just gets stronger with those nutrients in there as well. And then after about 3 weeks, maybe 4, again, depending on, you might get this after 2, is you get this amazing green soup. And I've actually got one of the BioBall bottles that I did there, so you can sort of see the types of colour. Now that's in there, just jammed in there. I wouldn't think there's much in the way of nutrients, but you can see once I move that around just how green that becomes. So every single bit of green in there is actually a single-celled organism, and it's actually food. It is, every last bit of green that you see is able to be eaten by baby fry. Now, what do you do with that stuff? Well, I'm going to take you in the fish room and show you now. Okay, so as you can see, it's super green. And I'm going to feed it to the tanks. And I do get asked the question about how I keep algae down in my river tank. Well, that's one of the ways right there, is I actually keep the door down. So especially during the heat of the day, I don't get in there. And I've got a green tank of algae over here that doesn't get quite as much shade, but I've got plans to put shrimp in there. So, and what do you think, Zig? Yeah, he couldn't care less about green water. But see all this mess out here? This is actually the next video that's coming out. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't, to not miss that one. All right, ducking under the door. So it's quite a mess in here. I'm actually going to do a video on cleaning the fish room up and doing some maintenance. This is how I keep it cool during summer. It's actually 36 degrees outside. I just had a look. So I keep this going at all times over the tank during the day. I'm going to turn it off now so you can hear me better. But yeah, it does wonders for evaporation. And in fact, the temperature in here is, there you go, 27 degrees. So no real issue at all as far as that's concerned. What's time? 12:15. So yep, it's probably about as hot as it's going to get. Okay, so what I do as far as feeding this stuff is concerned, what do I do with it? I haven't even had a beer. Oh, there it is. You don't really need to do anything with this, to be honest. It's pretty good. So I've got shrimp in here, for example. I might dip a little bit in there for the shrimp. I've definitely got babies in here. Now, these guys are probably getting a bit beyond green water, but they've been eating this stuff for quite some time. But I'm hoping to have some stir-by cories down the bottom. So I keep feeding it. You'll see it sort of clouds up the water there. All that cloudy stuff will just sink to the bottom and be food for the fry in there. I've got some shrimp in there. I'll give some too. Not a bad looking tank. I just can't see it. How's that from a little shrimp tank? What do you think of the shrimp tank, Zig? You just want to find Wally, don't you? Actually, is he? No, he's not down there. I did see him in the river tank this morning. So here's a bit more green water. Let's see if we can see how that sort of milks up. So all of that is going to be just devoured by the shrimp. No one there that needs green water. And I think that's probably it in my fish room at this point in time. Although I did see one of the new Acaras. I put another 8 of my baby Acaras in here, which are now not babies. And one of them's already bred over there. Let me just put this down. See all the rubbish down there. So yeah, so she's already bred in here. And we'll see how that goes with all the other Acaras in there. So the other thing that I do, and this is probably a pro tip, is I actually feed green water to my baby brine shrimp. So I don't do it for the first 24 hours, but after 24 hours, I will just tip a little bit in. And what that does, it allows the baby brine shrimp obviously to grow and have a feed and obviously gut load all the yummy goodness out of that. So it also, you can grow these guys up to full-blown sort of adults if you want as well. And this is the stuff that does that. There's not really anyone else in there. I might, for example, every now and again put some green water like that for these guys, for the cories, because they do enjoy it. Sorry, guys. And I've also got almost Wriggler-sized baby Acaras in here, so green water's a definite in this tub. And then if I've got any left, I just sort of put it through the shrimp ponds as well. And then I've got baby goldfish in here, which you may or may not see. Oh, there's one. Somewhere there. I don't know if you saw that, but yeah, they love green water, and so do the shrimp in this tub right here. I can't see any of the babies out at the minute. Anyway, oh yeah, I've got to show you all this on another video, don't I? Now, I guess a question people are going to ask is, when you tip that green water in, and I'm going to pre-answer it, does it send the tank green? Like, why doesn't the green water just take over the tank and turn that green? So the answer is pretty simple. Even in these small ponds, the conditions are so different to what it was outside when they had direct sunlight, 8 hours a day, 36 degrees. In here, this water's probably 24, 25 degrees, maybe 26 if it's getting hot, but the fan keeps it pretty cool in here. And there's essentially no, out there had tons of nutrients from the sponge filter. And in here, it's going to have essentially no nutrients whatsoever. And it was completely still, and now it's got a huge amount of flow. So that's the reason that it won't just completely smash your tanks with algae. Okay. So making green water really is as easy as that. So on my bonsais, I've been training and fertilizing and coming along. In fact, it's hot out here, isn't it, Zig? I haven't had a chance to do a bonsai update, and even Brutus has ventured out for a quick look around, but these guys are coming on well. I've spent a bit of time, in fact quite a bit of time, working on them all lately. So again, if you think you'd watch a video segment on these, I can spend more time just sort of going through them. How nice is that padding? And my Adeniums, Desert Rose. I'll cut this one off here, I think, but it's about to flower, which will be beautiful. This one, yeah, I'm going to talk to you about that one in an upcoming video. But they're all looking good. The first year I've sort of had time to actually spend on shaping them, which is pretty cool. And those guys over there, these guys here, it's a nice literati style. I'm really happy with the way that they're all sort of progressing this spring, because it is only spring here, believe it or not. This is one of my new faves. Had it forever. I'll do some more work on these guys, and yeah, if you want to see it, let me know. Okay, I think it's pretty hot. I think we're gonna have to go inside, boys. Okay, well, that's it for another video. I hope you enjoyed that one, learning about green water. I actually learned a bit myself when I was doing the research on this one, which is pretty cool. If you've made it this far, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. I've got some really cool videos coming up for you. I've got a heap of stuff going on outside the front door in the front yard with all my ponds for, I guess, some summer tubbing stuff and moving the Medarkas around. So that will most likely be the next video, but I've got some fish room maintenance. I've got the other outdoor tank, which is in the Medarka rice fish move. So once again, thank you very much, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye for now. For hobbyists, and if you haven't checked out that playlist, please have a look at it, because have a look at it. Stuff. We're going to pretty much hang out here all day today. And Sheriff, Sig, come here. And then I'm going to do a step-by-step process on showing you just why. I'm going to do a step-by-step process on just how to actually come up with this stuff, and why you should. Let's get into it. Fish move. So anyway, so thank you very much. Hopefully I'll see you again real soon, and that up again.